I am a learning pod person, I guess you could call. I basically help kids with remote learning. Currently working with a 6-year-old first grader throughout the whole day. And then in the afternoons, I go and do homework help with a fourth grader. Although, like, the 6-year-old has a 4-year-old sister, I'm in their house. So I call myself a remote learning instructor, but, I provide care. I'm like a caregiver for the children while their parents are at work. I think a lot of people that are deemed essential, like, are really just jobs that are that are not coveted in our society, or something that people are even paid well to do. So I will say, for example, I got hired out in Louisiana to be a paraprofessional with special ed high school students in a charter school. And I'm essential. Essential employee doing like childcare stuff for people with behavioral needs. So people who are like on the spectrum or have ADHD, like whatever the need is. And the salary was low enough for me to qualify for welfare. Um, and food stamps and all that. So just like to see that. And like I'm so essential, you're gonna make me go into this school, and like work with kids that have behavioral needs and might not understand the importance of wearing a mask or the importance of social distance, or who are like unable to. And to give me like the bare bones minimum of I can't even survive on that income. So it's crazy to me. Like, I have a friend who delivers pizza, and her restaurant never closed. So she's been delivering pizza the entire time during all of this. And we have conversations all the time where she's like, I could have been making more money on unemployment while I'm out here risking my life doing all of this. And it's like, is it worth it? Like, why am I doing this? But I do think childcare in general is super essential. But like, I work for a white middle class family, and that's awesome. I'm grateful to provide them with help. But I do think the people that are struggling the most with childcare right now are like low socioeconomic families. I was actually helping a family out over the summer, a family with a child on the autism spectrum. And I was kind of going there more of as a favor, and they were giving me some money. But eventually I had to go to them and say, like, listen, I have to find something that is going to pay me more because I have bills to pay. And I feel bad because now they have done childcare and they have 2 kids and one of them is severely disabled. And I would really rather be like in a home and helping people that are like super, super struggling right now. Like, I feel like I sound so snobby talking about like money, but why do you work? You know what I mean? Like, that's why you have a job. I was playing pretend with the 4-year-old, and we usually play like mommy and baby or whatever, and she's usually mommy and I'm usually baby. Like, she wants to take care of me. And she was reading me a nighttime story. Like, she was putting me to bed and she was reading me a story. And she can't read. She's 4. She doesn't even really know the alphabet. So she was pretend reading to me, right? And her pretend reading. This is what she says. So there's a virus. We have to wash our hands because there's coronavirus on everything. We have to wash our hands and wear a mask. We go outside. You have to stay away from people. And like, that was her fake story that she was reading to me in this book, was about the virus and having to like clean up and wash hands and wear a mask and stay socially distant. So even in playtime pretend, we were totally disconnected from the world. Like, that is seeping into her pretend playtime where like she is mommy and she's my caregiver, like completely not realistic play pretend child's play, where now she is bringing in the pressures of the virus. And she's really taken that in. That was very interesting. She's and she's really affected by this. She's 4. She has no friends really, other than her brother, who's kind of mean to her sometimes. So that's unfortunate. Yeah. So I'm a recovering drug addict, and during the pandemic, a lot of the death I've experienced has been to overdose. My friend who passed away in April, that was an overdose. And I've had like a lot of people in my life within the past year and a half, 2 years, pass away from drug overdoses. And that's been something super difficult to watch, especially as someone who's like in recovery and on the other, there's no other side. It's a continuous process, but like more so on the other side of that lifestyle. And the friend who passed away in April, 2 weeks prior to him passing, had texted me and asked me to do drugs with him. And I haven't picked up anything like that in almost 2 years now. And it was really hard. Because normally with this friend, I try to like show him the way, and show him that like there is another side to all this, and like that you can get better and you can have a really fulfilling life without the use of drugs and alcohol. So when he texted me that, I was just really, really angry. And I let that anger be known. I didn't say anything that wasn't true, and I didn't say anything that wasn't so hurtful. But I do feel a little bit remorseful of where I met him at. So that was really hard to like tell him that he's like killing himself and then for him to pass away in 2 weeks. It was really, really difficult during that time. That was a difficult decision to like engage with that. It was really, really difficult during that time. And then to reach out to friends that I hadn't talked to in a really, really long time after his death, those were some difficult decisions to make, especially because like being locked up in your house with nothing to do, like it really had made a lot of people relapse. Like people that have been in recovery for like decades. Like I knew somebody that passed away that had almost like 20 years clean, you know? And it was because like being isolated. And like we're recovering drug addicts. We can't be isolated. I've been reconnecting with a lot of people, and that's been awesome because like I have lost so many people in my life, and like realizing how important it is. Like I don't care that we fought after high school. Like we were best friends. Like we grew up together. Like I value those people in my life, and there's no reason for me to like dislike you over past stupid things. Like there's no point to have bad blood because literally anybody could die at any second. And COVID definitely helped me see that. Oh, yeah, like nobody cares about an individual person. Like I am not. Donald Trump doesn't give a shit about Jane App. Like I feel like our society really just cares about like money. Like I have a lot of privilege in this world, but young people who don't have familial support or any support even, it's a hard place to be, and it's always been hard. But like this pandemic and this political climate and the Black Lives Matter movement has made me realize like that like they don't care about me. They, like the government, care more about big businesses like Jeff Bezos more than they ever will about like this 6-year-old that's struggling to complete his remote online work without the help of a full team. And it's hard because it feels like I can't do anything about it. Like, I don't feel like I can do anything to make the situation any better other than, like, talk about it. Like, the election's coming up, and I'm like, does my vote matter? Like, does my voice matter? Those rallies that I went to for Black Lives Matter, did that matter? I'm not sure that it did, because I'm not sure there's really going to be change. And so, I have to take a step back and focus on my mental health and my job. And like, the point is for me to be happy and to help as many people as I can the way that I can. And that's it.